¿Cuántos balones de oro ganó Pepe hoy?
7.
¿Cinco, crees?
Look at the little kid. He said 5. He won 5 Ballon d'Oro. That kid is honest.
Oh, because he was supposed to say 7?
He won 7, but,
Yeah, but
everybody knows that when it was Iniesta, Xavi, and Messi,
Yeah.
and Spain had just won the World Cup, and Barcelona won everything, they should have given that to Iniesta or Xavi.
I think that one was Iniesta's. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Iniesta scores the winning goal for the World Cup final.
Yeah.
Iniesta should have won that. This video is Messi versus Ronaldo.
Okay.
And it's gonna go over some different categories and how they're scored and everything. Okay. And then so we're gonna watch this and then we'll react to it. Okay. All right. You ready?
Let's do it.
Actually, from the start, are you Team Messi or Team Ronaldo?
To be honest, I know a lot of Madrid fans are gonna hate me, but I like how Messi plays better.
Okay.
I just, he involves his teammates. I like how he touches the ball. Ronaldo's done a lot of great things for my team. It's funny because they just asked me at the Evil Street kids practice right now. No lie. That's on God that they just asked me that, like 3-4 kids, and I said Messi, and they all said, "Oh."
So round 1 is assists and goals.
Assists and goals. Messi has made an impact more regularly in matches, has dominated the assist game, and is only slightly behind in goals with fewer appearances. So
for assists and goals, they give the round to Messi. And this is the problem with this category. It's that. Why is it goals and assists together? Like it's kind of interesting.
I think it's because it's the most exciting place in soccer. Assisting or scoring. Those are the two plays that look, upon as most of the most popular in demand of today's soccer, especially. It's like if you assist, you're counting it as a goal, and if you score a goal, you look back at the assist. So it's a little bit. I understand the category. I wouldn't really judge a player by that category though, because you can have a guy that does a lot of assists, but a lot of the assists can be just tap-ins, and so
which is what I think Messi does a lot. I mean, he does some brilliant passing, but especially in the early days when Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi were together. They were doing a lot of tapping goals, which again, those are goals.
Yeah, of course.
But nevertheless, they had a team that can play like that can play really well. Which, by the way, Ronaldo didn't have right away.
No.
Like he started with Sporting Lisbon. It's a good team, not an amazing team. He goes to Manchester United, a really good team, and he was still very young, still trying to find himself. So I feel like he did start kind of in a disadvantage, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I agree as far as the assist thing, because for Ronaldo early on in Man U, his assist was like drive by the sideline, take one or two, and then dribble back or pass the ball backwards to where somebody had to come in and score a difficult goal. A lot of Messi's assists are tiki-taka era, where those guys were scoring 5 to 6 goals per game, and so your statistics and all the stats are going to be boosted up by having those great players around you. That a lot of the times, most of the goals from Barcelona in that era were PlayStation goals that we call them. Where it's to the right, back to the middle, and then you tap it in. It's a tiki-taka type of play. I give them props for that era. They dominated 10 years of that style, and a lot of their goals came that way. A lot of the assists came that way too.
I think a better category for that would have been like if they would have just got the stats from when Ronaldo was in Real Madrid and Messi was in Barca, and from then on, just to see how many goals and assists they each had.
Round 2, national team achievements. As for the winner, Messi is the clear assist king out of the two. But when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net themselves, CR7 is top dog, especially with that stunning competitive record. And so, we give the round to Ronaldo for stepping up when it really matters.
So Ronaldo gets that one. There's one that I don't agree with, and the other one I don't know, it was just a weird category for me. But this one, I feel that international-wise, Messi having the World Cup, I think that puts him over Ronaldo in this category.
Okay.
Before the World Cup, I would say Ronaldo for sure. I think it's talking about goals, yeah, but that World Cup means a lot. Like something to point out is that playing in Europe is difficult. You know, qualifying to the World Cup as a European team is difficult.
Yeah.
And when you're Argentina in the Conmebol,
Yeah.
you're expected to qualify to the World Cup.
There's difficult games, but the level is not as
yeah.
difficult. And I know people say, well, look at this or that, you know, because of Mbappe's comments.
Right.
But let's be honest. How many Conmebol has won and how many has Europe won?
Yeah.
You know, and we just go based on that. And if it wasn't for Brazil and Argentina,
They're carrying.
they're carrying Conmebol and then
Argentina only has like 2.
yeah, 3 with this one.
3? Okay.
Yeah. And in Europe, I mean, those guys is Germany, is France, is Netherlands hasn't even won, and they're still up there. And there's Italy, and
Yeah.
there's so many
Spain.
Spain and England can be champion at any given time because their soccer is well educated, is well leveled. I would put Portugal, and I would give this one to Ronaldo.
Okay.
Round 3, team and individual award. Messi.
Again, another category that I have a problem with because it's counting the Europa Cups, the Super Cups. To me, like honestly, the main cups that matter are the league and especially the Champions League. And also counts the Ballon d'Oro, which, as we know, it's often given to the more popular player, and for a long time it was between Messi or Ronaldo for like 10 years. It was between them two. So I do have a problem with this category. I do think that I would give this to Ronaldo club wise. I think Ronaldo has been more successful trophy wise because he's won more Champions Leagues. Okay, Messi has won more league titles, which is true. I'll give him that. But Champions League are more difficult to get. And not only that, he's won it with 2 different clubs, with Manchester United and Real Madrid.
Okay.
And that's very, very difficult.
I mean, this one to me is a little bit of a tie for me.
I can
give this a little bit of a tie. I mean, during the era of Barcelona, Messi was doing Messi things, you know, and he got his 4 titles. Could have been 5. Ronaldo as well, you know, he came to Madrid and he did it with Manchester United. I feel like it was more difficult for Ronaldo. Maybe that's why you feel that way. I feel like Barcelona is also created this system, you know, so that's why they were so dominant. Nobody can figure them out. So I think Ronaldo had a little bit more of a praise in the Champions League. And for trophy wise, I mean, Ronaldo knew what he was getting into as far as going to a new league and try to win in a league where it belonged to Messi in Barcelona, you know, and so he knew he wasn't going to win many with Madrid. La Ligas, especially Madrid, is a team that is emphasized on just winning the champions. I'm a Madridista, and if it ain't champions, it ain't nothing for me, you know. And so I feel like this one's a tie for me. I think Messi deserves to be recognized for dominating La Liga the way he did, you know, and it was his league. And Manchester United is a little harder to win that league. When Ronaldo joined Madrid, yeah, he made us better in the Champions. But as far as La Liga, it's so many games, you know, and it cannot be up to one player. Plus, that league was determined by certain things that now came to light, you know, as far as refereeing.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I won't talk into it too much because a lot of people get offended, you know, by that. But so it's just domination, you know. It was just domination, and it was really hard for him to win La Ligas. I think we won like 3 with Ronaldo, maybe, if that. And it was just way too difficult. So I think the La Liga tournaments and just like things like that were kind of just a little bit out of balance. So I would consider them champions 5-4. I see it like a tie. And Ballon d'Oros, I've seen a couple that Messi didn't deserve, maybe 1 or 2 that Ronaldo didn't deserve. Based on popularity, they won. And you know, based on just being the goal scorers, because sometimes they weren't even playing the best, you know. And And I think that's kind of like a tie to me as well. I don't think that defines either one. So I think for both, I would say this would be a tie. I think they're both winners in my book.
Round 4, skills. But for the big question on who wins this round, this one was tricky. Both icons have a lot of similarities in their skills, but they also excel in different and equally important aspects of the game. So, with that in mind, we're calling this one a draw. A point for both.
There's not much to say there, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's a draw. It's whatever you're more inclined. I feel that Messi's style is more attractive for people, but if you actually watch these games, like you would realize how intense and how powerful Ronaldo is in his style of play.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit more natural versus work ethic for me. You know, it's like whatever you like. If you like electrifying, just pure talent, you go Messi. If you like hard work, dedication, strength, you know, conditioning, that kind of features in your game, you go Ronaldo.
Exactly.
I mean, this one's a pick or choose.
That's perfect. That was perfect.
Round 5, head-to-head. But even still, we have to give the slight edge to Messi, purely from having a substantial lead over Ronaldo in the total head-to-head score. Winner, Messi. And by a score of 4-2, Lionel Messi wins this versus over Cristiano Ronaldo.
So what do you think? You think Messi is the
ultimate better player, the GOAT? I mean, I like this goes based on style of what I like, you know, and I like his style of playing. Those trophies and head-to-head reflects that. You know, like if you like how Barcelona played in those times, they outplayed and beat Ronaldo because one team was simply better than the other, where the style dominated the other team's style. And that makes Messi a bigger person as far as his game, because he's already grew up in this style. He started from the very, very beginning of a young age playing in that style, that mindset, that culture, what you need to do, what is expected. He had mentors like Ronaldinho and Deco and Xavi, Iniesta, and Ronaldo has always been kind of like his own mentor, I feel like. So, I mean, it's a preference thing. I would have gave this whole GOAT thing a tie. Because even nowadays, kids are still asking the question, like I mentioned earlier, Ronaldo or Messi, Ronaldo or Messi.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still not a clear winner.
Yeah.
You know, these kids that I'm talking about were 6, 7 years old, you know, asking me who I go for. If there was a clear winner out there, I would say there wouldn't be no questions. Mm-hmm. So I would leave it up to the public. I personally like Messi's style of play. Mm-hmm. He's a little more electrifying, but I mean, you can't downplay Ronaldo's work ethic, strengthening, culture of being a leader. This kind of reminds me of a show I used to watch called Super Campeones. There was one where he was Oliver and he was just naturally good, and then you had Steve, was just strength, body, will, power, win. If you haven't seen that cartoons about soccer from Japanese anime, you should watch it. It kind of reminds me of this, and even in there, they tie. So it's just one of the things to have out there.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. I've always preferred Ronaldo a little bit more just because I admire that work ethic. Okay. I love that, not being able to work so hard that he was able to become the best ever, or the best around in that era. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, recently when Messi won the World Cup, I do feel that gives Messi a little bit of an edge, just because I think winning the World Cup really can cement you as the GOAT. Yeah. And then you have, you know, Pelé and Maradona in question, but nevertheless, if I were to pick one player to have in my team, I would definitely pick Ronaldo, just because of that work ethic and just knowing that he's going to give me 110% every time. He's going to lead others to victory, and he's just not satisfied. He just wants more and more.
Yeah, and that's the difference between raw talent and just the culture of working hard. There's been times where Messi has looked like he's not there. He's hiding and showing like they call him pecho frío, you know, and and those are the things he gets criticized for. You know, so I mean, there's that difference in preference. You know, a leader or a guy that plays in team, and so it's what you like, what you prefer. I think this has been a great topic, and it's probably going to go on for many more decades. It's going to be really good.
Hey, Sebastian, shout out to you. Make sure you comment because I know you're gonna be super sad about that Pecho Frio comment.
Oh, I mean, he pulled up with the PKs in the World Cup, so it was moments where you have to have.
This World Cup.
If Ronaldo would have done it, it would have called him Penaldo, you know. but hey, you gotta make them, you know. And so shout out to Mingo Mania.
Yeah.
Watch this video; it's been a great video.